Hey everyone, this is Moritz from Wolkify.com. I am going for a Sunday morning walk here, just enjoying this beautiful weather here outside of Stockholm in Sweden. And I was thinking about what habits I have in my life that I really try to build momentum on, habits that really benefit me in the long run, habits that I try to be consistent on. So I thought about this, and the one habit that really benefits me the most, I think, because it's just so valuable in so many ways, is the simple act of reading. So this is what this video will about. Check it out. So the thing with reading is that it is so beneficial for you in so many ways, but it's also so easy to just fall off the wagon. And this is actually what happened to me a couple of years ago. I was a student and I already had to read a lot for my classes in university, so I felt like this was a valid excuse for me to not read anymore in my free time. I would still read a little bit maybe, but only like a book every second month. And this is really nothing, let's be honest. So after I graduated from university last year, I took a long, hard look at myself. I really re-evaluated everything I did in my life. And I tried to figure out what was beneficial, which rituals, which habits really helped me in the long run, and which didn't. And then I also thought about which habits I maybe lost along the way or never really engaged in the first place and should bring into my life. And reading was really a major one. So I really noticed that when I started reading again last year, I gained so much new knowledge in things that I was interested in. I really gained new perspectives in many different areas that I was fascinated with. And if you're that kind of person, if you're that kind of passionate guy or woman who really wants to know about the world, wants to know how things work, wants to know how certain people accomplished what they accomplished, reading is the best way to do that. Of course, there are other sources. Of course, you can watch YouTube videos, you can read blogs, you can watch movies, you can do all these things, you can read the newspaper, of course, and you should do all these things, but really there is no better way to really get into a topic in depth than reading a book about it. The reason for that is that books are mostly the compound, all the knowledge that somebody gained over a long period of time. Usually books are written by people who have immersed themselves in certain topics for years or decades or even their entire lifetime. And then they take the time to reflect on their knowledge and their experiences and write it down for future generations to learn from it. So why the hell wouldn't you want to learn from these amazing people who accomplished so much in their life and gained so much knowledge? Why wouldn't you want to read their books? Well, one major problem that people have is simply to build up the willpower to go through an entire book. And I get that, it's hard, especially at the beginning. If you're not used to reading, if you're only used to that instant gratification sort of consumption mindset, like watching YouTube videos and reading like very short articles with like 500 words or watching a 9-gag fucking picture or whatever. If you're used to consuming that kind of media, if that's where you get your knowledge from, of course you're gonna have a hard time reading a 600 pages book. So what you have to do though is take baby steps. Take one chapter, take even 5 pages only, and just commit yourself to reading that. I can promise you after a while it does get easier. So really try to build that willpower inside of you, and you will notice that it will not only help you with reading and being more focused, but it will also help you to just accomplish more in your life in general. It will help you to get the willpower to really do whatever you want to do in your life that you might be slacking off if you're not building that willpower in the first place. So if you are an avid reader, that will benefit you not only in reading itself and gaining knowledge from reading, but it will also help you in many other areas of your life. I really notice that every time I take the subway at morning to work, there are so many people who are sitting on their smartphone at 7 fucking a.m. in the morning and they're scrolling through their Facebook feed. I'm sure you've noticed that, and chances are you are one of these people. They're just going through this motion and this habit of just consuming bullshit even so early in the morning. And it is because they're bored, first of all. Second of all, they don't have the drive to really read something. And third of all, they just don't have the willpower to even do something like reading in the morning. So if I sit in the subway every morning and I'm reading my books and I'm gaining so much from that, just like the half hour in the morning of reading and then the half hour in the afternoon going back, that's already 1 hour of reading every day that I get done. I admit it's not as much as it should be. Some people are reading 4 to 6 hours a day, even 8 hours. And this is amazing. But I am getting my 1 hour a day done and I commit to it. And it already gets me in that state in the morning that I am here to learn shit. I am here to improve myself. I am here to better myself. I am here to understand the world more clearly and in a more reflected way. It already gets me into that mindset if I read 30 minutes in the morning on my way to work. So just making that small shift, for example, to read a book in the subway instead of being on your stupid smartphone all the time, that already makes such a huge difference in your life. Just try it for a month and you will notice the difference almost instantly. I can guarantee you that. So to sum up, reading books, awesome. Why? Because it builds your willpower, not only in reading itself, but also in basically any other area of your life. It helps you to commit to things and it helps you to get shit done. It helps you to really commit to something in the long term. Like starting a book and reading 600, 800, 1,000 pages and really finishing that. Second of all, it helps you learn about the world that you live in. It helps you gain new perspectives. It helps you understand what you are interested in more clearly, and it helps you to really just open your mind, broaden your horizon, and just immerse yourself in the way that you're living and the passions that you're following. And third of all, you're learning from the smartest people in the world. Many people talk about getting mentors, but the best way to get mentors is actually reading their books. Just reading about people and reading the books of people that have accomplished certain things and that have gained certain knowledge is incredibly valuable. You cannot underestimate or you cannot overestimate how valuable it is to learn from these kind of people. Most of them have studied a long time to get that kind of knowledge, so why wouldn't you pay $10 to go out and get the knowledge of their entire lifetime? So with that, I'm gonna sign off. Probably read a little bit more on this beautiful Sunday. Right now I'm reading the biography of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and even though I'm not a bodybuilder or a upcoming movie star or a politician, there is just so much value that I'm getting out of that. So with that in mind, talk to you next time.